regardless of where you stand on Chris Brown, obviously the man still has a ton of fans. Okay, but let's get into this trailer, and then I'm gonna get into these subtopics around it. All right, let's go. This is, I believe, a trailer for a new documentary based on DV and a new accuser that has come forward recently. And I think this trailer dropped about 15 hours ago. And I already it's making its rounds. It's on World Star and all types of stuff. So let's check this out together.
I'm sure the girls want to know a couple more questions and things. For the young ladies, I mean, what's up, man? You got a girl or what?
Nah, I'm keeping my options open, so y'all be checking for me, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Thank you so much.
that's the type of stuff will get you in trouble, player. Chris Brown is the name. Get used to that right there.
Chris Brown's an amazing and talented musician, but let's call a thing a thing. He's a abuser of women consistently, unapologetically.
Hey, Chris, pull a gun on that girl.
When is your hearing for your restraining order?
There's a long list of various different women
Being pretty upset. Are you sure you don't really call victims advocates have them come talk to you?
who've accused Chris Brown of assaulting them.
Senator Chris Brown has been detained in an alleged case of rape.
He has an audience full of assault deniers.
No, I have not spoken about this matter publicly, but that's the only way that he can be stopped.
All right. That's the new trailer. And this trailer is I never even knew about this channel or this network. It's called what is this? ID? ID is Investigation Discovery. And I believe they have over 1 million subscribers to this channel. I don't know if they have a TV network as well, possibly. I'll do a little bit more homework on them specifically later on. But as far as YouTube, they obviously are out there, and I'm out the loop on that. Maybe I need to check out the rest of their content, get a feel for what type of videos and documentaries they put out. Are they a truthful, investigative type of platform? I don't know. Okay. But speaking on the documentary though that we just watched, yeah, very dramatized, very dramatic. A lot of old information in there. You see, of course, towards the end, when they put you in that room where they change the lighting, you can't see the person's face. They put the voice changer on, and you can't even tell the accuser's true voice. But they said, they never came out before, and now's the time for them to come out. So that was this alleged new accuser that's coming out and speaking on DV towards Chris Brown. And for anybody that's tripping, that's alleged to be a woman, obviously, which is, you hear the whole narrative of he's an abuser of women, right? And they're putting women up on the screen. It's not like some guy that he had a fight with or whatever. Okay. I would say one of the first spooky thing for me, if I'm in Chris Brown's shoes, these documentaries never work out well for celebrities. Well, I shouldn't say never, but they always can lead to a bigger effect on your career, your life. Look at R. Kelly, okay? An actual video came out about R. Kelly, and he got off. He had family members against him. He was the talk of the town. Like, the whole world was talking about that damn tape. And then he went on to becoming a bigger artist. Okay. Got swept under the rug for years. And then finally, when he did see his day in court, he got off, right? Later in his career, keyword later. Now, whether you feel like he was still needed, I allude to that many times on the channel as well. When you're at a certain level in your career, it's harder to bring somebody down. You get later into your career when these big, powerful companies are no longer behind you the way that they need to be or they used to be. You're exposed more. You're more vulnerable. You're weaker. But R. Kelly, later in his career, after like 4 straight shitty albums and becoming that much more of an older man, a documentary came out. A lot of us watched it. I watched it. what was it, like a 5, 6, 7-part series or something like that. That documentary felt like it was like key to his new indictment, right? Because you had a lot of people on his ass. You had a lot of people going to his shows and protesting, but so many people were involved in trying to bring down R. Kelly. And that documentary was kind of like the culmination of it all. It was like we all come together and we're just going to create this video. The accusers, the talkers, the people from his past, old family members, and everything like that. These are the people that were in the documentary, because sometimes you need to put the puzzle together for everybody to really, really get it. When you hear a chirp here and a chirp over there and a chirp over there, things tend to get swept under the rug. Things tend to kind of glide by a little bit. People don't really stop everything that they're doing to say, wait a minute, we think that we see a trail here and a problem. You put it all together, though, and you put it in front of people like that R. Kelly documentary did, and it was spelled big, 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 big trouble. Okay. It was kind of the beginning to his new charges, right? So that's one fear, that if you're Chris Brown or a big Chris Brown fan, that's a fear that you have. Okay. And once again, looking at the stats of this YouTube channel and having over 1 million subscribers, and I'm gonna do more homework on them, they don't seem like just some flyby, content creators that came by and said, hey, we got somebody with a new accusation, that wants to speak on a superstar, a megastar. Let's go ahead and create a video, right? But staying on that, when I talk about targeted in the title, we got to make sure that we stay open-minded in all situations that come across us. We don't just jump out the window. I like to see evidence. I want to see the documentary. I want to hear the accuser. I want to see if I hear motivations behind this. I want to key on certain things. And we're going to start that nice and early. Okay. Does Chris Brown have a history? Yes. We've seen it. Is Chris Brown labeled almost like a problem child, or like a bad boy or whatever, bad boy image? Yes. Actually, that's part of his fan base, the bad boy image. Okay. But I just don't like the timing of this. I don't like the timing. There's no way you can convince me that the people behind this content, possibly even including the alleged accuser, are definitely motivated by the Diddy situation, right? It's no different than any marketing that happens, right? Let's say you have a song with Young Thug, a music video with Young Thug, and it's been sitting around in the tuck, sitting on a hard drive. Young Thug gets arrested. It's shitty timing from a moral standpoint, from a principle standpoint, but it's probably going to do more views and get more traction. You drop it now. That's what I mean about timing. Okay. Even the mayor got grabbed up and indicted the other day. Everybody thought it was related to Diddy. Anybody that gets caught up in any scandals right now, especially tied to DV, right? After we done seen that Diddy video, after Diddy done been indicted, after that becoming one of the biggest pieces of news this year, it's Diddy and Kendrick versus Drake that is taking over the year right now, as far as like the biggest headlines, the most viral, the most discussed across the whole internet. Okay. And if you can have something that falls into those equations or those lanes or those algorithms, the timing becomes perfect. So we also point out, we're not hearing any criminal allegations here, are we? This accuser goes straight to doing a documentary with these people. Now, I'm not a victim blamer, people. I just will stand on both sides of the gate as we continue to collect evidence. This is the Sorry is True podcast, not the Walk Blindly podcast. Okay. Why am I not hearing any criminal charges? Is this leading towards a civil suit? Am I going to hear somebody requesting a payoff? Am I going to hear about this being paid off? Right? Did this person already agree to getting paid in the form of this documentary from this company? Like, oh, that's my. I just don't like documentaries or anything around money coming before the type of punishment that I think morally most of us expect for somebody that does that amount of wrong. DV is serious. Okay. Now, verbal abuse and all that, hell, I don't go too crazy on that because we done all been there. We done all, when I say verbal abuse, I don't mean like continue, like you wake up and your wife or your husband, like, fuck you, dirty fat piece of, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, yeah, eventually that's gonna hurt. Okay. But relationships and man, woman, people, man, woman, whatever your cup of tea is, people get into it. People get into shit. Even like dust ups. You might hear one of y'all in the chat might have a homie or a friend, you know what I'm saying, that might got grabbed up or restrained, or a homegirl might have pushed her man or mushed her man or whatever. Yeah, it's all right. You know what I'm saying? This is the world. Like, come on, like, I'm not gonna jump out the go crazy. I'm talking about boom, 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 and physical abuse, and go into to levels where you can harm somebody. Like, for real, for real. Like, we saw the Rihanna picture, right? We saw the Rihanna picture. If that happened, or something even close to that happened to this new accuser, where are the criminal charges? That's just a question. I'm not pointing fingers yet like that, but I'm going to open up both sides before we go in a particular direction. We're gonna end up revisiting this when the documentary fully drops. And just remember, I was open-minded on both sides before we got there. Okay. So that's the timing and the money side of things. Next piece of this that I want to bring out is, I don't want to see people acting brand new. What do I mean by acting brand new? People forgive, people forget, people move on. Chris Brown has millions and millions of fans. It's not like a situation that Chris Brown was in once upon a time. There were accusations, and he was this young megastar, and this quiet, small voice accuser just got pushed to the side because all his fan base just smothered the accuser, and they was like, "Get out of here! He could never do that. We love him, Chris Brown, Chris Brown, Chris Brown." And this person just had to walk off into the sunset. Like, damn. Like, I guess this is just what it is when you're going up against a superstar. No, another superstar was involved. We saw evidence. The man owned up to it, and the whole world moved on. When I say the whole world moved on, I'm talking about the fact that nobody was talking about his domestic problems a week ago, 2 weeks ago. When I say nobody, I mean the masses, people. Like, think logically with me, okay? The masses. Nobody was on his neck or on his heels 2 weeks ago, despite this history that the documentary is laying out, and despite the things that we already know he's went through or he's done. People forgived and they forgot. Just like if you go into court, like, nobody wants to be sitting there in front of the judge for double jeopardy, like being charged for the same murder more than once. Like, I already went through that. You already said I was not guilty, or you already gave me a second chance, or you already forgave me. Right? How long ago was the Rihanna situation? I'm not trying to say that time could just heal everything and make you just take a position of like, oh no, you're a great person now. I don't know if Chris Brown is a great person, a fucked up person, and I really don't care. I'm not a celebrity worshiper or anything like that. Like I'm here for the entertainment when it comes to any investment that I have in these celebrities. If I buy your album, I like your music. Other than that, your day to day, I don't give a shit about it. You know what I'm saying? News hits or whatever. This is a podcast. We're going to build together. That's my only investments. That's my only investments. I don't have a personal attachment to these people. You know what I'm saying? But I am in that group of people that wasn't walking around upset at Chris Brown 6 months ago. Okay? That's one thing that people got to be careful not to do. You got to be careful not to do. Don't try to convict the man based on something that you've already moved on from. Now, I'm not trying to say that documentaries and videos like this or a new accuser can't connect dots or draw you back to the past, right? But if he's going to continue to be a superstar, if he's going to become a bigger superstar, if everybody's still going to be selling out his shows, selling out his concerts, buying his music, all these women still around him, still dating him, I'm the guy that's saying if Diddy gets off, there's still going to be 1,000 people at his next white party or his next freak off, right? That's the way I just watch people move. Okay. Doesn't mean that some of them ain't clowns, right? Doesn't mean that I'm victim blaming this potential or alleged accuser. I'm not doing that. But I gotta be open-minded. Okay. I gotta be open-minded. And if this new accuser is coming out with something disgusting, especially if there's some proof to it, then we're all gonna, turn a certain energy towards Chris Brown, because doesn't matter that you've done it in the past or you've never done it in the past. Still, what you're doing right now, despite the past that you got, right? People still gonna hold you accountable for. Okay. And to a degree, it's almost like the OJ thing. It's like, yo, Chris, hopefully you don't have a real problem, because if you're going to get off from something, and not just get off from something, but actually be forgiven and still maintain such a illustrious career. I mean, even if that really is you, you have to look in the mirror at some point and say, you can't do this. You can't do this. You have to exhibit some type of control. And I know that he's matured and grown over the years. Like the Rihanna case and the Rihanna situation was huge. Dude, you went through that. If I go through that, God forbid, well, I never will. But if I go through anything like that, you will never be able to have an accusation anywhere similar like that on me again, ever. So do I think that this will impact his career today? No. No. Why? Because of the points that I just made. He's still been Chris Brown this whole time. Okay. This documentary and one accuser coming out and telling us something that possibly all his fan base already knows about him, already seen him involved in. You know what they're going to do? They're going to chalk it to his bad boy image, unless it's disgusting level that comes out in this documentary. Of it, if this channel, all they got is some new accuser coming out with no face, no voice, no nothing, no criminal charges, and says, yeah, we met back in 2019. He flew me out. I hung out with him for the night. I woke up in the morning. He got upset about something. He pushed me out the door. He slapped me, and then all of that. It's some of us is still going to be like, damn, that's fucked up if it's true. But the masses, what are they going to do? It's going to be newsworthy for 7 days, and then they're going to move on to the next piece of news or whatever's going on. A week later, Chris Brown's going to go back to being Chris Brown once again. And then what? You got a new documentary. The people behind this channel made some money. The accuser made some money, and possibly that was their goal anyway. In which case, I would say then he was targeted. You see the title. Okay. Chat, I see y'all. Chaos Control, I appreciate the super homie. It's made by people who made the Nickelodeon doc. Interesting. I'm going to be tuned in. This channel, the investigation discovery. You know what? If I Google them real quick, investigation discovery. Investigation Discovery Television Network, Investigation Discovery, stylized and branded on air as ID since 2008. Okay, they've been around for a while. Is an American multinational pay television network dedicated to true crime documentaries, owned by Warner Brothers. Okay, so you got Warner Brothers behind you. And when I hear the term true crime documentaries, let me go to their channel real quick while we're here. Real quick while we're here. Real quick. Okay. Murder, heartbreaking discovery on Mother's Day. Chris Brown, a history of violence. All right, so they're doing all types of crime coverage. Wait, I thought I saw like 1.6 million subscribers. So if they got 1.6 million subscribers, why are their views so low? 1.7 thousand views, 2,000 views, 3,000 views, 1,000 views, 4,000. What's the how many times do y'all average doing over 10,000 views? Chris Brown is the last video to do 10,000 views or more on their channel since 2 weeks ago. This one right here did 62,000 views. Woman talks about growing up with a serial killer brother. Damn. But wow, y'all not even 10,000. Y'all rarely surpass 5,000 views. Y'all got 1.6 million subscribers. Oh yeah, y'all fit y'all really ah, don't kill me when I say that. I can't say that. We'll leave the jury open. I ain't gonna say that. Some of y'all know what I was about to say. I'ma chill. I'ma chill. I'ma chill. I'ma chill. I'ma chill. I'm going chill. All right. Yeah, like I said, let's leave the jury open. I want to be open-minded on this. The timing is obvious to me. Can he be targeted? Of course, anybody can be targeted. You could even target somebody specifically, not just because of all the other newsworthy stuff that you ride the wave on with as well, but also because you have a history of something. So people will automatically attach it and it becomes a headline that much more when you have a history of it and you're a superstar, right? So I see that as well. They're an actual channel on television. I get it. But even though you're an actual TV channel, the internet is I would one day I'll pull up some stats, maybe later today. I don't know. I want to see some of the viewership on the internet versus TV these days and do comparison, like ESPN. Right. I wonder what they are on, I guess, TV or some of these streaming apps, like a Hulu or something, versus like on YouTube, right? So all these different platforms are very, very huge, and YouTube is YouTube. All right. So to see that viewership on YouTube still is a little. I watch YouTube more than any other streaming app for TV or television. Me personally. So I will see. We'll keep an eye on this. Sorry, it's true, everybody. I appreciate everybody tuning in this morning, but keep an open mind, man, because you can be targeted despite there being some truth tied to your past. And if you've forgiven somebody, don't just listen to the timing of something and somebody coming forward and being attached to something that's similar and jump right to saying guilty, guilty, guilty. You might be, but you also may not be. All right. So we'll check back in on that one.